Two women claim their hijabs were forcibly removed and say they were assaulted by NYPD officers at a demonstration last summer.
And they filed a federal lawsuit. Alice Gaynor has more.
On August 14, 2024, demonstrators calling for a ceasefire in Gaza gathered outside a Kamala Harris campaign event where local Democratic leaders spoke. They then marched to the after party at a Hamilton Heights restaurant. According to NYPD sources, inside, about 20 people caused more than $5,000 in damages to the restaurant. An officer was assaulted. Outside, the chaos continued. 14 people were taken into custody. Two demonstrators and the Council on American Islamic Relations, New York, are suing the city and individual NYPD officers. The 32-page lawsuit filed in Manhattan federal court alleges 20-year-old Zarmeen Azam could not breathe as an officer clutched her throat with one hand, strangling her with the fabric of her hijab. With his other hand, he swung his baton at the protesters trying to help her. 19-year-old Shajneen Hallider.
I stated, I can't move back. We can't move back.
She describes the crowd and police around them as getting aggressive.
And in that pushing and shoving, that's when he had grabbed one end of my hijab and pulled at it. Despite me yelling, "This is my hijab, let go."
Hallider says she was also pepper sprayed, but worst of all, she felt dehumanized.
It felt humiliating and it felt like I was being stripped publicly.
Do you think that what you're alleging was intentional by the officers, or was it something that happened amidst the chaos?
More than one woman had her hijab removed in the midst of the protest in a violent act by law enforcement, and this is not the only time that we've seen it.
The NYPD declined comment, but a law enforcement source said these wild protesters stormed a community restaurant and created an incredibly dangerous situation. It's clear that the cops did everything they could to protect the patrons and disperse the aggressive crowd, even while getting attacked themselves.
No other person of another faith should be experiencing like a head cover or just some type of religious apparel being stripped away from them.
Alice Gaynor, CBS News, New York.
Azam was arrested and given a desk appearance ticket for 2 offenses, which were dismissed. Howlauder was not arrested, and this lawsuit does seek money and policy change, asking the court to rule the NYPD can never forcibly and publicly remove women's hijabs.